Overcoming myths and objections. We don't have the manpower. A lot of people think they're understaffed. And in many cases they are. Maybe people are retiring and they're not backfilling. Maybe they have hiring freezes. Maybe they just were stingy with payroll. But the fact of the matter is you have to ask a couple questions. Number one, how much manpower is really needed? And number two, how'd you like some more? So the first one is obvious. How much manpower do you think you need to support the project we've been discussing? Keep in mind, we're a turnkey operation and we'll minimize the burden we place on your staff. That's what we do for a living. We make it easy for people. And the second point is, if you're short-staffed now, think about how you might repurpose some of these savings to fund additional permanent headcount to help you out. Believe me, people make emotional decisions and justify them financially. If they felt that A, if you put their mind at ease, that they wouldn't have to be totally derailed in their day-to-day work to help you do the project that you're talking about, and B, they can see a path to repurposing some of these dollars that you're going to save them to get them that assistant engineer they've been trying to convince management to hire, that's going to permanently reduce their headaches. Now you get some emotional, you get a grasp of their emotional sensibilities. And remember, people make emotional decisions and justify them financially. That might be just what pushes them over the edge to say, you know what, let's just bite the bullet and do the project now. And we'll use the savings for some of those projects we've been hirings that we've been trying to do. In fact, I've seen organizations threatened with headcount reductions if they don't reduce their operating expenses. So if this guy thinks he's short-staffed now, think about what's going to happen if the hammer comes down from headquarters and say, you know what, your operating expenses are too high, let's cut one of those heads. It's like, oh my God, I'm already understaffed. Whereas they can actually get out in front of that and say, you know what, let's preemptively cut our energy consumption, and as a result, we're going to preserve headcount. Another way to look at this, by the way, is to think about what impact the productivity enhancing measures would have on perceived headcount. Because it's one thing to say, I only have 20 people and they're doing the work of 21 people. What if I said I could put some improvements in that have been proven to improve productivity and worker comfort to the point that they get 5% higher productivity? Well, if you have 20 people working in a staff and you get 5% higher productivity, that's the equivalent of a virtual 21st person. Just because each of the 20 people you have working for you is now working 5% more efficiently. So these are all things to think about. It gives you something more interesting to have a conversation about than just saying, oh, well, I'll come back when you're less busy.